Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a little pregnancy update. As of today, I'm 37 weeks and 1 day pregnant, which is just crazy because 37 weeks is considered full term, so he can make his arrival whenever he wants to at this point. Today we're going to go over weeks 35 and weeks 36 to get you all caught up. Starting with week 35, there are a couple new things on my list, but a lot of them just kind of ran over from week 34. So like the swelling of the feet definitely has gotten a little worse, but probably because I've been on my feet a ton. All those nesting videos you've seen, I've just been a busy girl over here, but that's starting to come back down as my list is getting shorter as the days go on. I also still have a bad taste in my mouth at night, and it's just not a fun time, but it's not making me as nauseous as it used to. Thank goodness I'm just sucking on like a Tootsie Pop when it gets really bad, and it kind of helps distract me a little bit. During this week, I was definitely restless at night. I just couldn't get comfortable, you know, restless leg syndrome, all of that stuff. But I've been kind of going from my rocking chair to my bed to my rocking chair and just trying to make it work as best I can. I also wrote down lightning crotch. This week, lightning crotch happened almost daily. And if you've never had lightning crotch, it literally feels like lightning just whoop, shooting up there out of nowhere. I don't know if I've told you guys the story of when I've had it the first time. It was super early on in my pregnancy, and I wasn't expecting it yet. And I was just walking home from the mailbox, which is just down the street. And Will and I are just, you know, going home. And out of nowhere, I'm just like, whoop! And I remember I just squealed and my leg went up and I was just like, I don't want to move. What the heck was that? Well, it was lightning crotch. Will was like, is everything okay? Oh my gosh. Now he's used to all those weird sounds. Every time he gives me like a big kick or I have lightning crotch or some weird like pain, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, oh. And it's not that it hurts, it's just like shocking. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but when it happens in public, it's not the funnest thing. Everyone's just like, pregnant lady okay? Is she okay? Is she going to labor? And I'm like, I'm fine. Pregnant lady's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I gotta get better about that. So also during this week, we really honed in on working on our birth course that we're taking, which is the Built to Birth course. It's by Bridget Taylor. Yeah, Bridget Taylor. I always get her mixed up with another YouTuber. But the Built to Birth course has been really informative. It kind of goes over, you know, what's gonna happen with your body, all the different options, whether you're having a home birth, hospital birth. It kind of goes through everything, and then it also talks about mindset and how your partner or whoever's in the room with you can help you through the process. So we are probably 90% done with that, and we're probably gonna finish that today because it's on my mind for sure. The last thing for week 35 is that I have a new craving, and it is root beer. I don't know if I would say it's new this week because I've been, you know, choosing root beer. Like if we go somewhere, I will definitely choose to order root beer, which I really don't drink soda normally that much, but I do now because root beer. But during week 35, I really was craving it. Like, hey Will, can you pick me up a root beer on your way home from work? But it has to be from a fountain. From the bottle, it's just not the same. Ooh, maybe from a glass bottle. Ooh, maybe I'll try and buy the glass bottles from Publix. We'll see. Anyway, that's besides the point. On to week 36, which I feel like there's a lot to talk about during week 36. So during this week, we did a lot. We finished the nursery, and I just think it's so cute. It will be the next video you see. I promise, promise, promise. I know I said that last time, but the lighting has just been really funky over here these days, and I wanted you guys to see it in good lighting and do the room justice. So that will be the next one you see, I promise. Now for my week 36 symptoms, there are kind of a lot that just popped out of nowhere. In the evenings, I've been starting to get cramps, which is totally normal. Body's just doing some stuff, getting ready for labor. But it's been like mild period cramps. And the first night I had it wasn't too bad. Next night, worse, worse, and worse. And then, yeah, today I actually woke up and I still had little crampies happening. So we'll see if this is just gonna be like a constant thing until labor or what, but Mild period cramps have been happening. Also, bowel movements have been more often, which if you guys have been around, sorry, TMI, you know how it goes in these type of videos, but if you guys were around earlier on in my pregnancy, you guys know I dealt with a lot of constipation issues. Now it's like, not the opposite, it's not like bad, but it's definitely more regular. Anyway, that can be a sign of labor, so I decided to write it down for you guys. Also, something I noticed is my nails. They are kind of just a little wimpy and they're starting to break. I've always had really strong, long nails like my whole life, and then during pregnancy, still super strong, which I know a lot of women have strong nails during pregnancy, but all of a sudden they're all breaking and just being not their normal nails. So I don't know if that is, you know, pregnancy related, if he's taking all my nutrients while he's doing this last growth spurt or something. And then my back. So I've always had back issues during pregnancy. It hasn't been that bad thanks to this little exercise ball, which I always sit on, guys. I hate my couch right now. I hate every chair other than this birth ball and my rocking chair. That's like pretty much it. So anyway, my back hasn't been too bad this pregnancy, but the past week definitely starting to ache in the lower back, and on occasion I'll get like a throbbing pain, like a pulse. I don't know how to explain it. I was trying to explain it to Will, and the only way I can really describe it is like a pulsing pain that radiates up through my back. So that's been fun. So during week 36, and sometimes a little earlier, is when women start to prep their body for labor, and there are just a million things under the sun that you can do to do this and to prep, you know, your cervix and everything. All that I'm doing right now is drinking raspberry leaf tea every evening. I'll probably up that to 2 cups a day now that I'm in my 37 weeks. And I just add a little bit of lemon in there and drink it on up. And then another really common thing to do is eat 2 to 3 dates a day. I've tried. I just can't get past the texture. It's not even the taste. Dates are just, I don't know, they just bother me. They just creep me out with the texture. So I need to look into different recipes. You know, I've heard people can put them in shakes or smoothies, or, you know, in a cake or in a muffin. So I might look into that. But I've been attempting to eat at least 1 date a day without getting creeped out. And then other than just doing some hip circles on my exercise ball and little things like that, I haven't really done much, you know, else to prep my body for labor. Now that we're getting closer, I'll probably start doing all the little things I talk about, eating pineapple, and just the list goes on and on. If you want me to do a video about that, I definitely can, but we're still going over week 36, so that's all I did in week 36. Last but not least was my 36-week doctor appointment, which I'm sure if you guys are pregnant, you want to hear about. Doctors give me anxiety, so I love to hear, you know, what to expect. So during this appointment, they of course start with your normal checks, blood pressure, weight gain, all of that. As far as weight gain, I had gained 5 pounds since my last doctor's appointment, which was 2 weeks ago, and he said that that's normal at this stage in pregnancy, but I did just hit gaining 40 pounds, and he pretty much said, like, I'm not worried about it. That's, you know, right at the top of being on track. Just, you know, don't want to gain too much else. If I do go closer to that 40-week mark, then I still have 3 weeks. So, but he didn't really seem concerned at all. And then my blood pressure was in normal range, but it was at the top of the normal range. We'll talk about that in just a second. They'll also check baby's heartbeat like normal. Baby's heartbeat was a little bit lower than in the past, which he said is totally normal. As baby grows, the heart grows, and it doesn't need to pump as fast. So as long as you're between 120 and 160, I think is what he said. Don't quote me on that. That's just from my memory. Then you are in the normal heartbeat range for your little baby. Also, during this appointment, they do the strep B swab. So strep B is super common. It's just a bacteria that is down there. And if you have it present, they just want to give you some antibiotics during labor so it doesn't like transfer to the baby's eyes or anything. But to check if you have it, they swab in 2 places down there, if you know what I mean, without me saying it outright. But it's just a little swab and it's over super quick, so don't like stress about it or anything. In a lot of my mom like groups on Facebook, people were super stressing about the swab. Just, they do it all the time. Literally takes 30 seconds. No need to stress about it. While he was down there, he decided to do my first official check just to see if I was either dilated or effaced at all. And sadly, I was completely closed up. Not dilated at all. You know, cervix is still sitting there strong. He said it might be a little softened, but you know, nothing to like say anything about pretty much. But he did say that the baby is super low and he is in the right position. So now we're just waiting for that cervix to soften and baby to be ready to come out. So now that I am technically full term, my doctor pretty much said like, if baby wants to come, we're not gonna stop anything. And if you see any issues or if baby, you know, has decreased movement during the day, you know, come on in. I'd rather induce you than have an issue. If my blood pressure spikes or something, come on in. He doesn't want to have any issues. But the biggest update of all, which I'm still kind of processing, I think, it just happened yesterday. He just wants me to really watch out for signs of preeclampsia because of the swelling that is starting and because my blood pressure has been riding that line of it could be too high, could just be registering high because you're anxious and you're at the doctor, which is what I think it is. But he just wants me to keep checking my blood pressure at home and make sure it doesn't, you know, spike or continue to go up over the next week or two. There's no protein in my urine and he doesn't see any other signs of preeclampsia, but he just wants to keep an eye on it pretty much. And because of my blood pressure being on that border, he doesn't want to see me go over 40 weeks. So the update is that I will be getting a call from the hospital in the next day or two to schedule an induction date. He wants to schedule it toward the end of my 39th week. So, you know, that's still 2.5 weeks away. Baby can totally still come naturally on his own, which is what I hope is gonna happen. I'd prefer not to be induced. I know it's not the end of the world, but we're just taking one day at a time and seeing how it goes. But I'm pretty sure that is everything I wanted to update you guys on as of now. Oh, a new craving at 36 weeks. This one's a little bit of a weird one. I don't know, maybe not. But pumpernickel croutons. Yes, for some reason, only the pumpernickel croutons. I will literally sit with the bag and eat it like they're chips. It's weird, I know. Try not to do it all the time because of the salt content and everything, but pumpernickel croutons. I could honestly go for some croutons right now. That's really my main craving right now. But yesterday I randomly wanted a Butterfinger. I don't know if that was because, you know, it's like Halloween all of a sudden, and I really only have Butterfingers during Halloween, so that could be it. Okay, let's go ahead and do a bump shot for you guys. Let me know down below in the comments if you think he is dropped all the way, like halfway. I've been getting texts from family and friends like, oh my gosh, your last picture, you look so low. And I'm like, yeah, I feel like he's low. I feel like he can drop a little more. But then again, I don't know, never been pregnant, so we'll see. You guys ready for this? Because it's definitely gotten bigger. Definitely bigger. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. See, it looks lower to me. I don't know though. I feel like he can drop a little more. Stretch marks coming in strong. You guys already know, belly button getting shallower. As always, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and just thank you so much for supporting me and watching this video. I will see you guys all next time. Bye.
I've been dreaming all night, bringing me some inspiration. Never meant to love no one.